Johnny, you were saying, for consumer goods, we love China producing, that's fine, there's no problem with that, but there are certain goods that are concerning to you.
Right.
And there's a potential threat. What would you and Andy Marshall say about China today?
Well, I don't want to speak for Andy, but we need to recognize that they've been very clear. I mean, you got the Pillsbury book here. Jonathan Ward's written about it. They've been very clear that when Mao took over in 1949, he laid out a 100-year plan, and 2049 is that 100-year plan. They expected to be the equivalent of any world's power by 2049, and they're on that path.
Yeah.
Xi Jinping is clearly on that path. Under Mao, they would have never made it. Deng Xiaoping put them a long way. Deng Xiaoping was very important. Xi Jinping I think, is making a classic mistake in that, and he's making the classic communist mistake, the classic top-down mistake, in that he's saying whereas Deng Xiaoping said, okay, for the country to prosper, a few must be able to get rich. And Xi Jinping says, oh, it's okay to be rich, but not too rich.
Yeah.
You've got to give back. And so entrepreneurs are looking at them and says, well, what's too rich? And if you get too rich, then you've got a party member sitting on your boardroom looking over your decisions. Now, if you, at that
And you might disappear for a while, like Jack Ma did.
Yeah, well, if you're an entrepreneur, you don't want somebody second guessing you. That's just not the way you want to run your restaurant or your business or your manufacturing facility, let alone if you are doing something that's actually sensitive and, risk-taking, because let's look at the enormous amount of risk that it takes to make chips, okay? I mean, cutting-edge chips, not the stuff that everybody knows how to produce now. Well, the chances are that you're going to fail. And in an environment like China, where you're risking your money, it's one thing. Now when you're risking your money and the government's looking over your shoulder and said, well, you should have made that decision, you're out. That's not what entrepreneurs need. I think he's going to tamp down the entrepreneurial risk. And by the way, the entrepreneurial risk is in everybody all over the world. It's a human instinct, not in every one of us, but in a lot of us. And the Chinese people have their share of entrepreneurs just like any other nationality or race or whatever.
Sure. In fact, John Templeton once told me they're more entrepreneurial than most. Yeah. He told me, watch China.
And I'd say today, watch India. I mean, just give them the capital, give them the freedom. Right now, they got a bureaucracy over them. But you get rid of that. Same thing with give. I've been to 15 countries in Africa. You give them an opportunity, they'll figure out something.
But Xi Jinping is clearly communist.
He's clearly communist. He's clearly top down. He wants to
command economy.
Command economy. He wants to. I mean, now with their technology, they can see who you are, what you're doing. You get social credit. All of these things.
Right.
I think that's going to be a problem for them, especially as they're coming into a demographic problem. I mean, the last time we were together, we were talking about jobs. We have a demographic problem here in the U.S. Lots of people don't want to participate in the labor force.
Right.
They're dropping out, and we're going to have to figure out how to bring more people into our country. We're going to have to figure out the legal immigration issue. In order to find enough workers. Now, we need to stop the illegal immigration, because now we're just letting anybody get in. And not that I'm against anybody getting in necessarily, but I want to know who you are and why you should be here. Frankly, I think we need to be putting signs at our embassies all over the world that says, are you young? Do you have a college degree, especially in the STEM scientist? If you speak English, come in, we want to give you a visa.
That'd be a smart immigration plan.